Broadcasting live from the Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers Studios. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Nice, cool, humid breeze in the air, and I feel the excitement rolling through the city. Steve Rummage in the building. Nikki V in the booth.
Nick's not in the booth. Nick is at the DMV again today.
Wait a minute. What?
There's no.
Wait, hold on. Your crowd was way too loud. Because I know you did not just say Nikki V scheduled another trip to the DMV on a Thursday like this and on back-to-back days.
Yeah, he's back at the DMV doing whatever.
At this point, like, we're a joke to him, right? Or is he using us to get back at somebody else?
It could be both.
I mean,
I don't know.
What do you make of that?
I don't know. I'm like, listen, I'm over here. Look, my season's going to hell in a handbasket already. And my basketball season's over. Hadn't even started yet. I'm already, look, NIT. It would be a plus.
You're lucky if you make the NIT at this point.
Just let me live this morning, okay? Anytime I get semi-bad.
So who was in the booth?
Chase. Chase is in here. At 10:15, we're expecting Tanner to be here. I think is the goal. I don't know, man.
What did we do to deserve this kind of treatment through the producers?
We're the only show.
Is it because we don't sit around and take ourselves too seriously and complain?
Maybe so, man. Look, we are the only.
Because I don't know another host that would tolerate any of this
on a weekly basis. We are the only show that has rotating. I mean, our producer room rotates like a, and it's not Chase's fault. Like that. I like Chase. Like Chase, it's not Chase. Chase is the man. Like Chase is like, but Chase got a life. Chase has been here since 5:30 in the morning, right? So I can't expect Chase to be like, "Hey, man, well, why don't you just stay and do the show?" Because like I would say that. Like for me, I would be like, "Well, I'll Chase is my guy. Look, I'm gonna take care of Chase." But Chase is like, "Hey, man, look, he's been here since 5:30 in the morning. He's working his tail off. I can't do that to my guy."
We just have to make sure everybody knows. The next time Nikki comes around moping like the woe is me, everybody's always jumping on me thing. I want y'all to think about these DMV days. Hey man, you guys are a little harsh on Nikki.
I'm like, what if? Can you imagine producer calling Diener at 6:30 in the morning and just being like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be in this today." Like, what would Drew do to somebody?
If I did that?
If Chase did that. If Chase was just like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'm not gonna be in today."
Yeah, look, I just stuck Tanner in there with you, Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, somebody's in there. Didn't give Drew any opinion. Look, and I love Tanner too. I got no issue with Tanner. Nothing wrong with Tanner. But like
it just wouldn't happen.
Drew would put Chase in the sharpshooter.
Yeah. Yeah. I only tell James, and James won't only let himself cover for me.
Like, imagine Ennis's show. Imagine if they were just like, if Spencer was just like, "Oh, hey, Mark, I ain't gonna be in today, so you're gonna have somebody else." One day we had 4 producers on one show.
What do you do with that?
Chase, we had 4 producers 2 weeks ago in one show.
Was that one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you did a great job. You started the show. We appreciate you. Like I said, none of this is aimed at any of the producers. I mean, like honestly, we have good producers. I don't really mind who's in here. Let me be clear on that. But it's just, It's like, and maybe we need to demand more. Maybe it's because we're such an easy show to run, because for our show, you could almost hit the button and leave. You know, like
what did you just say? Almost?
Yeah, I mean, like
Nikki scheduled everything he does in a calendar day around these 2 hours. He takes a 20-minute bathroom break. He schedules at least 4 hosts for his dad's show. Is there anything he doesn't do during this 10 to 12?
Like maybe
anything?
Let's get more guests. Maybe we demand more guests
and then cancel on them.
Yeah. No, we don't do anything. I'm starting to really think. I'm like, maybe we need to do more. Maybe we need more sound bites. Maybe we need more
drops and
it's just demand drops.
Just more trivia games and just stuff. Just busy works.
More segments.
Okay, Steve. Where are we at for the people who are just tuning in?
All right. Listen, we're gonna have we're gonna have
Dr. Patel.
We're gonna have Dr. Patel at 10:30. Excited about that. So
always,
Tanner's here. We got Tanner with the big gulp.
That's number 2.
He's got his big gulp. He's ready to go.
Producer number 2.
Yeah. James is in here in his mustard shirt and shoes.
People, if
he's ready to roll.
If you're watching the YouTube on Twitter or Facebook, it's going to go to YouTube only. Look, this is my version of Ty Spalding. I'm going behind a paywall now.
You should. You got good info.
So Twitter, you know what time it is. Facebook, you know what time it is. Okay, I'm listening.
Where are we at? Because we got Dr. Patel today at 10:30, so I'm excited about that. Want to kind of get his thoughts of, with Case and Pryor. Sorry, I was like, I had Pat Kelsey on the brain. It's Pat Kelsey's birthday, by the way.
What, he had 2? Didn't he just have one?
Yeah, I know. No, he's good. He's good. So, anyways, it's it did feel like he just had one, but we have his birthday today, so we have all that. So, listen, here's the thing. I want to get to Aly Khalifa because I think that's the story today. Obviously, it's a big story. I want to dig a little more into Pat Kelsey's sound, about adding a couple people, because it sounds like in the next 72 hours we could add a couple more pieces, international pieces, overseas,
little international
pieces,
flavor,
if you allow me. It feels like that, we already know that Vagilis Xerxes, I'm going to call him that. I don't know.
Xerxes?
I just assume Xerxes.
Until he gets here and says
Xerxes sounds much cooler than Vagilis.
Until he says, this is how I want you to say my name.
Yeah.
Then he can just be Xerxes.
Or do I just go like Uber County and like, I'll say your name however I want to say your
name. Yeah,
then
there's that element.
You come to America and I'm going to say your name however I want to say your name.
There is that other element.
Yeah, technically I can do that. I'm in the county for another 16 days.
Okay.
So I could still, I think I could still pull that, right? Which, by the way, we did sign down on a place yesterday, so we are officially.
Congratulations!
I'm so sick of moving, y'all. Like, you can be annoyed with me, text line, because I'm. It was cute at first. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like the new spot here and there. Now I'm like, I'm done. Like, we're moving. I told my wife, I'm like, I love you with all my heart. You're an amazing woman. Okay. Wherever we move next,
time to be happy.
Now, granted, look, may we buy a house in the neighborhood, or another house in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's the case, but I'm like, we're in an area, dude. Let's lock it in. Like, unless it's Florida,
for the long haul.
Yeah, if it's Florida, let's go. But if not, let's lock it in. So she's really happy with the place. We're really happy with the place. So, anyways, but yeah, man, there's a lot going on. So
okay, so do you want to get to all that? Do you want to just kind of hold off on the Aly Khalifa talk? Okay,
that was going to be this was kind of my, to the listeners that I know want to get to that, because that is the story today, and I just want people to know
we're going to cover every angle of the Aly Khalifa situation.
Yes, and the incoming player situation. I want to get. We got some Coach Kelsey sound. I want to.
Okay, well, really quick because we're going to end up taking a commercial break in about 5 to 7 minutes. So let's do this really quick. Get your NBA talk out of your system really quick.
Well, can I get NFL talk?
NFL talk out of your system.
Would you be mad at me if I switch gears really quick?
Either one is perfect.
Well, can I get U of L football and NFL talk out of my system?
You're pushing it now. Okay. No, I'm listening. Wherever you want to go.
So I get a phone call yesterday. My son, or 2 days ago, my son is like, "Hey, the NFL schedule's coming out." Yes, it is, son. You're right. He's pumped. It's a big. My son, NFL talk is NFL schedule release is a big deal.
He's in that window.
He's really locked into this. But my son, for the first time, my 16-year-old actually called and was like, he said something, and I was like, "Son, that's a great point." Like he's getting to that age. He called me and he said, "Dad, Louisville plays SMU on the 22nd of November." And I'm like, yeah, there's 21st, 22nd, I'm like, yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right. He said, also, what if Dallas has a home game that weekend?
Oh.
Could we double that up?
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah, but I told him, I said, but son, Dallas plays on Thanksgiving Day. So I doubt they're going to get a home game on Sunday. There actually will probably be like a Friday game or a Thursday game before or a Saturday, something. So he calls me yesterday and I know it's something because listen, this is terrible. My son's at church last night, right? He's at high school. They have high school church, Southeast in Bullitt County. He's great. He loves it. He's so involved. I'm very proud of him for it. But he calls me and says, "Dad," I'm like, what's going on, man? Everything all right? Dallas versus the Eagles in Dallas, November 23rd. We got to do it.
There's no other outcome.
Tanner, we got to go. Like we have.
Absolutely.
I have to go.
That's a stars aligned kind of thing,
dude. Louisville, SMU in Dallas. Next day, Dallas Eagles. I'm like, literally the only thing that could have been better was maybe Dallas Baltimore, but even that would be personal for me. Like a Dallas Eagles is more.
Yeah, you can
like
you can go full. Yeah, you can go full fan. You can go full fan out with Dallas Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
you don't want that Lamar element.
That is. So he is like. Actually, you know what? Drew put that call in because that was going to be my next thing. Drew Diener just sent me a text. It was like, listen. So my next thing was, I'm like, all right, I got to pull my dad. I got to pull my card here because listen, my son thinks both of my kids think I'm way cooler than I am. With this job, like this is
right.
And I'm not. Listen, I got the best job in the world. I love my job. So. But they are like, oh, well, you could like obviously like you probably could call Jerry Jones, get the hookup.
Right.
So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna get this one rolling. So I'm gonna do it upright for him on this one. I'm like, all right, son, we're gonna do the pre-Thanksgiving. I'm like, listen, the Louisville side of it, I feel pretty confident I can get taken care of, right? Like I'm like, that's the one where I call Rocco and them, and I call my friends over there, and I'm like, everything I do for y'all, I don't like to pull that card very often.
I still got war wounds.
The beating I take for you guys, you know what I'm saying, on a day-to-day basis, like sometimes. So anyways, that weekend though, man, I mean and I've been jealous because speaking of Drew, like I mean, watching him and Max go on these UFC,
they've been globetrotting. They have been globetrotting.
That's type of stuff. Like, I mean, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, that's type of stuff like on your deathbed, you remember. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're like, dude, these are the trips, man. Like this is what life's about, right? So I'm like, all right, I got to do it up big for him, man. He's never been there. He's a big Texas guy too. Like my son's going through this thing right now where he's going to move to Texas. You know, we all do that. Like I was going to go to college in Miami at his age. I was like, I'm going to Miami. End of story. You know, even if I walk on, like,
right.
You know, I'm like, you'll grow out of it.
Shocky, those are the shocky days.
Yes. I wore number 80. I had the shield. I was like, I'm going to Miami. Like that's where I'm going for college. You know, I'll walk on. I knew I wasn't gonna get a scholarship to Miami.
You could have been on the 7th Floor Crew.
Yeah, right.
You could have been on that song.
Right. It could have been me. The 7th Floor Crew. Steve Rummage. Right? Okay, Marcus. You just gonna leave me on that one?
Right. I was gonna say, no, you don't want to be simple.
I just leave me out there. But no, seriously, it was. By the way, somebody did have a question. Wonder who's coming back to the office first, Marcus or Nick? I'm gonna say Marcus. Oh, the checks are in there.
That's a good point.
say Marcus.
Right. If there's money involved, I'm there.
I got Marcus. Yeah. I got Marcus. He's gonna be in the wee nights. By the way, it is getting serious, dude. Like the maintenance man asked about you today. They come up here because they're fixing the roof. So they come up here it was very nice. They gave us a hey, you know, we're going to be fixing the roof. There's some things, you know, we want to let y'all know you shouldn't hear anything. But if you do, you know, let us know and we'll get it taken care of. And the dude was like, you know, our guy down there, right? Truck, pickup truck. Mm-hmm. He said, hey, man, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, everything good with Marcus? He said Maben. He's
right,
like,
I was going to say, yeah, babe.
I was like, you know what I tell them all?
I'm listening.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I tell everybody, I'm like, look, he got a lady friend and he's just staying home.
What?
So everybody thinks that some woman just has you locked down. That's what I'm telling everybody.
Some succubus just got me.
I'm like, look, he got a lady friend and he's just
got me drained.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
She won't let him leave.
I'm not yet right. Just gag balled up. Just as soon as the show ends,
being spanked on a daily basis. Yeah, you can't go anywhere.
And listen, for those of you who may or may not be concerned, you can go to the YouTube channel if you want to see if I'm in healthy spirit, which I am.
Steve, hire me for your move. Over 1,100 pro moves under my belt the past 3 years. All my sons. Okay, listen. I'm gonna take a picture right here.
Right there. Yeah, I was gonna say screenshot. Write the number down.
Listen, I'm not against it, man. For a good price.
I tell you what. Let's get that commercial break in. Get Dr. Patel in here so we can stick the schedule. Keep it rolling along.
And can we remind people too? We will talk about the Aly Khalifa rumors and things like that after we talk with Dr. Patel. And
we'll hit the ground running.
Some PK sound and stuff like that. Just don't want people to think we're ignoring that part of it too.
We'll hit the ground running for sure.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Quick commercial break. 939 The Ville.
When you're injured, life doesn't stop. Medical bills pile up, work gets harder, and the insurance companies, they're not on your side. At Louisville Injury Law Firm, we are. We're local attorneys who live and work right here in Louisville. We know the people, the courts, and the fight it takes to get you the compensation you deserve. Whether it's a car accident, workplace injury, or slip and fall, you are our priority. No gimmicks, just real lawyers, real results. Call 502-242-9000 today for a free consultation. No fees unless we win. Visit LouisvilleInjuryFirm.com. Local, trusted, and fighting for you. This has been an advertisement.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com, and be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
This is Jeff Jewell with Tech Restore, Louisville's location for tech urgent care. Why pay new retail prices when you can save hundreds on high-quality, certified pre-owned devices? At Tech Restore, we call them hero devices because they're on their second tour of duty and ready to serve you. With over 50 models in stock, including PC and Apple laptops, desktops, iPhones, and game consoles, plus the accessories to support them. Mention ESPN Louisville and receive a free accessory bundle with a paid repair. Visit us in Hikes Point or online at techrestore.com and see all that we have to offer. Tech Restore, saving your one device at a time.
Looking for everything a sports bar has without the sports bar feel? Come to 1020 Craft Brewery. Great food, great fun, and a relaxing atmosphere where you can kick back and enjoy a cold one. Try our 1020 light beer, smooth, refreshing, and perfect for any occasion. Pro soccer is in full swing, and our Butchertown location is just steps away from Lynn Family Stadium. We're the perfect spot for every Lou City home game. Grab your crew and pregame at 1020 Brewery for every home match. Check out our Clarksville location as well. 1020 Brewery. Great beer, great food, great vibes. Come visit us.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market. $1,000
My bad.
credit. I'll leave you with this: top-notch service.
Steve called
might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of Remax Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z. NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Hey, Card fans, attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better.
Good to go in 45.
I am.
All right.
Cool.
And it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurt in a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards.
This is Nathan Huber with ESPN Louisville. As a sports official, I'm always on my feet. I suffered with severe pain in my left foot for 2 years, having been misdiagnosed by 2 other podiatrists.
Say that again. Turn that down in my ear real quick.
Yeah, did you hear what I said about Dr. Patel?
Steve told me.
All right, word.
Okay, cool. And started treatment that day. Thanks to his expertise, I'm back on the field stronger than ever, and I can't thank his team enough. New Horizon Foot and Ankle, where innovation meets excellence.
I want to take a quick second to remind everybody that temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one can have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split like the one we use at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222. Or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. We're listening, Steve. We're ready to roll.
Yeah, well, by the way, I'll let you know, Dr. Patel is still in a big time surgery.
Because of course he is.
So I will, after scolding him.
Yeah, I was going to say, what kind of fine does Dr. Patel have to pay?
We're like, you know what? After, I heard you on Diener's show, and now you're in a surgery. I mean, look, their foot can wait, right? It
would be really funny though, like you asking him a question.
Or
like,
just do it.
Hold on, Steve. Scalpel.
Yeah, just do it right in there. So, but yeah. Anyways, that's we give him a pass.
Okay,
if he's able to call, he'll call in.
So what people have been waiting on, Steve, waiting to hear us discuss. The breaking news Aly Khalifa situation, we're listening.
Well, as of now, I know that's pretty good. As of now, Aly Khalifa has been ruled ineligible for this season.
When you say ineligible, you're saying out of eligibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, with that being said, Aly Khalifa's family is in from Egypt, and there's they're all here, and we have apparently lawyers are involved now, and he is appealing that decision. Because the
NCAA
had
ruling
surgery on his knee.
Yeah, so he had surgery, so he never played at all.
Yeah, what are we doing here? Like what? Like, here's the thing. Let me just do it like this. I believe Aly Khalifa is going to be eligible for the season. I really do.
Start there.
Yeah, like I believe he'll be eligible for the season.
No, Steve. No. You know how this works. Okay. He will be eligible on game 5.
Yeah, right. On November
12th. Listen, 2:00 in the morning on November 12th, there'll be a tweet.
We actually Jaden Quaintance
during the post-game show, the Louisville, Kentucky basketball post-game show.
Yeah,
you're gonna look at your phone and you're gonna say, "Oh, looky here, breaking news."
Yeah, Khalifa's eligible.
Guaranteed. Okay, Steve, I'm sorry, I didn't mean hijack. Right?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, no, it's not fair. We don't get Quaintance, you don't get Khalifa. Like, okay. Well, with that being said, I'm still a little baffled, though, as to why we even have to go through this.
Okay, from our end or their end, the NCAA?
No, our end. Like, why are we dealing with this right now? Like, that's my biggest question. What are we even dealing with this for? The guy had his knee cut open in the summer of last year.
So are they saying that last year he was eligible to play and this year he is not?
Yeah, like you're saying that he can't have a medical red shirt for having surgery on his knee? Like, what are we doing here?
We just
are they
had
saying he come back too quick.
We just had a 27-year quarterback, a 27-year-old quarterback lead us to a season who's had 2 or 3 medical red shirt years.
Yeah, he's the second oldest quarterback in the NFL. I don't know, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we even doing right now? Like, and God forbid, what if he actually is ruled ineligible?
I just watched people from junior colleges get eligibility back.
Right. Chad Baker Mazzara is literally 26 years old. Like, what even conversation are we having here, man?
Are you literally wasting my time right now?
That's my question, because as of now, and I'm not saying I'll end up being right, because I've saw the NCAA do stupider stuff before, but as of right now, I think he's going to be eligible. I mean, I don't just because I'm like, common sense will show through. You would imagine.
Kelsey would not have put his eggs into this basket unless there was a next to guaranteed that you would have Aly Khalifa eligible.
Exactly.
But you can't file the you can't file the appeal until the end of the year anyway, right?
Well, until he's actually denied.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he couldn't file for the medical red shirt until the end of the year, right? Until after the season. So they just put their paperwork in at the end of the year.
Yeah. And like I said, you got to wait for it to be denied, which is probably where Louisville is like, denied.
By the way, 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. Feel free to jump in here on this one.
Because I imagine Corin Johnson lost eligibility, right? I mean, I assume we're losing Kobe Rogers too, right? I mean, like, what are we doing here?
Where is the line, Steve?
Yeah, like this is, I mean, and I know they're saying he already redshirted at Charlotte. So I guess they're saying he can't redshirt again. I'm like, so they're saying that this is not a medical red shirt, and I'm like, what? Like, what? But again, I will say, you said this morning. This isn't your grandpa's NCAA.
This is not your grandma's and grandpa's NCAA, people. Listen, we as Louisville fans have earned the right to stick your middle finger up at the NCAA or be fearful of the conspiracy element of the NCAA.
Yeah.
If anybody has that right,
well, it's us.
It's us. It's 100% us.
Yeah.
But you're like, when you have conversations like this, here's what you do. You eliminate, okay, put it this way. You find out how much ammunition you have to shame and deflect. It's like arguing with that woman. No, look, ladies, if this doesn't apply to you, let it go past you, over your head. But
this is gonna go great. Yeah.
And listen, the reason any relationship works with me and a female is when I say one issue, no deflection, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the NCAA, I am her. I am her. But what about him? What about him?
Yeah.
What about him? What about when you did this? What about the time you did this? You bring one issue to me, which is Aly Khalifa's ineligibility, and I bring up every single thing that you've done except for this Aly Khalifa situation.
Oh yeah.
That landed fine, didn't it?
No, that was fair. I feel like that was a lot more fair than what it was going to come out.
How it sounded, originally. But again, legal precedence is what we're talking about here. And the way it sounds, they've already had their legal precedence appeal ready to roll.
Right.
I get your ruling. I don't even need time. Like I have his appeal sitting right by the look, and I'm gonna say it like this. I have my appeal by the fax machine.
Yeah.
My 98-page appeal showing every single example of a red shirt and then a medical red shirt. Again, Tyler Shuck, I don't have to go any further than him. I can look at the entire NCAA and I can pick up play. Like I said, his was more of the cleaner red shirts.
Yeah.
Like we've seen some awkward red shirts and eligibility given back. So yeah, if I'm Louisville, I assume that they've already had a report prepped.
And what you mean too by this isn't the same NCAA is this NCAA. It's like you don't need this lawsuit either. Like especially when I can go on Instagram and see pictures of him pre and post surgery. Like it's documented. And this NCAA tends to wilt when lawyers are involved.
So this is why I said shame and deflection.
Yeah.
Deflection is just a word that we're all throwing around nowadays in any kind of argument. But the shame and the media storm, that we can pull. Here's the thing too. When I said it's not your mom's or your dad's NCAA, it's also not that Louisville. It's not that Louisville. You have a fresh, new blood ACC coach of the year on your sideline.
Yeah.
Very, very likable. Very, very charismatic. You have a program that has zero stench on it.
Yeah.
Right? Zero stench. It's not your, like I said, it's not your program, a dark cloud. You've played a full season. You've played, you've gotten the tournament. You went through the resurrection, the record setting. You've shook that stuff off. You've shook listen, now that your NIL is legit, you don't have to boast about the Yum Center deal and where we rank on the, like those things. You remember how I talked about how that Yum Center deal was an attack,
Yeah.
And Louisville, just as much as SMU, Louisville has always had to fight there's no way they can be that good. There's no way they can, they have to be cheating.
Especially in football.
Yeah. They have to be cheating. There's no way that they just have a collection of better coaches and they have a collection of better athletic directors. There's no way possible. And then what would always pop up? Their university friendly Yum Center deal would be like the cloak of protection.
Yeah.
Because you could always point to that. Hey, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, we're one of the top, breadwinners in all of college. So, shut up. You could get away with disregarding the facilities and say everybody has great facilities. No, they don't. No, they don't. Nobody has the Yum Center deal. Nobody has the facilities, and we got some Hall of Fame level coaches in and out of this
without
place.
question.
Okay,
Yeah, without question.
You don't have to fight that anymore with the NIL thing. You don't have to fight that. Where does your money go? Do you spend your money wisely? You know, that's what determines if you're successful in your, again, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. Yeah, you got your couple programs, just LSU. You got some programs, right?
Yeah,
that can still just put the name across their chest and get away with some natural wins and recruiting battles. But everybody else, no, you fight up until the finish line for each individual player. What world do we live in where you have to fight, where Georgia has to fight Cincinnati off for a cornerback that's been at Georgia for 2-3 years? They have to fight to the last hour to keep a corner from SMU.
Yeah.
From Louisville. Every school has to fight to the death to retain every single player. So I say all that to go down the road of you're going to have to approach this appeal and this process and the things that happen with Louisville and NCAA and ACC and just all these, conference stuff, you have to put on a different set of glasses. You lawyer up.
Yeah. No, you do. And I think that's
with aggressive lawyer.
Done. Yeah, I think that's what Louisville's done immediately is went straight at that. And then it just, that's why I think they attack it. So, immediately it will get worked out. I'm not.
Kelsey
sounds like
he has a lot of friends around the league too.
Right. And it sounds like Louisville isn't overly worried about it right now either.
He's doing great with the media. And do you know, like I said, when you have a top ranked team like this, when he starts making his rounds about what the NCAA is doing.
Oh yeah.
Not a chance.
Yeah, and right. And that's kind of my deal with it. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's reason to, sure, it's there's reason to worry. I mean, the fact that he was ruled ineligible and technically right now is ineligible. So I just think that this one will get worked. Again, hopeless romantic, maybe. I feel like that.
I don't think you have to be. Like I said, I don't think you have to be a hopeless romantic. I think, like I said, just legally, it would literally be illegal to rule him ineligible. You'd be one step away from being able to prove that something nefarious is going on.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be a direct, again, when you have actual proof of surgery. He wasn't even cleared to like January, February. Like, what are we doing? You're saying he could have technically played in the tournament. Well, yeah. I guess he could have. I don't
just had him for the tournament.
Yeah. I guess we could have.
Yeah, if we would have known that. He was ready by then.
Well, regardless, that's just kind of where we're at.
Would we have beat Creighton with Aly Khalifa at the end of the year?
Look, sure. Yeah. And Auburn. So
I just like how our fan base is just, hey, can we get our banner back from 2013 so we can take Aly Khalifa? No, that's not what we asked.
I know. Yeah. Like, we didn't, we weren't bartering. This wasn't a trade. This wasn't a trade.
There was one theft.
Yeah.
There's one theft, and now there's an attempted interjection. Like I said, what would you describe it? Your best explanation? Okay, like before we close out this segment.
Yeah,
Steve, give me your 100% true to life. What do you think is going on with the NCAA? Do you think it's just do it first? We know we're going to appeal it.
I think it. I think so. I think it's still. I think the NCAA right now is trying. They have been made to look.
Are they trying to reestablish authority and use Louisville to do it?
I think so. Even though they know, and I think they'll be that it's now a story. If they had just approved it, nobody would have even known it was on the table. Would you have known? I wouldn't have known. I didn't even know there was a chance he would.
Foregone conclusion that he took a red shirt.
Now you get to kind of put your foot down, deny him, then Louisville appeals, and then you get to be the good guy and go, well, okay.
So then you get Babu with this question: has James Scott signed yet?
Yeah. Now look, after what you you're an Ole Miss rebel now, buddy.
You sure, Steve?
The talents of
Corin
Johnson and
if Coach Kelsey knew if he knew a couple of weeks ago what he knows now, is James Scott still a Cardinal?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. No, I think you let me know a couple hours before the portal's done. Yeah, have fun, bud. Wherever you end up. No hard feelings.
I'll never be able to coach you the right way.
Yeah, like, because I'll never be able to look at you the right way again. Like, especially after everything I've done for you. You know what I mean? Like, nah. I'll go on, man. Yeah, find a spot.
And be glad that I still wish you well.
Yeah. Like that, I'm just going to go on TV and be like, yeah, we love James. Yeah, nothing wrong with it, man. Looking forward to whatever he does out there. Always be a fan. You know, like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, he's no longer part of the program, so we don't discuss it.
Yeah. So we move right along with that. So Ole Miss, and by the way, speaking of Ole Miss, really quick as we're closing out the hour, McMurphy actually tweeted out the story, which I'm glad he tweeted this out because now it kind of gets national attention. You remember, we know here locally, you could see. Or when Jeff Brom was on here and it was kind of like, Ole Miss turned us down and Tennessee turned us down, and it was like, and locally it was a story. But now Brett McMurphy has tweeted out. Are you ready for this?
I'm listening. It
says, despite Louisville having home future series with Georgia, Texas A&M, and Notre Dame, the Cards still tried to add games versus Tennessee and Ole Miss, but the SEC schools weren't interested. When the Tennessee, Nebraska, and Ole Miss Wake Forest series were canceled, U of L tried to schedule the Vols and Rebels, but instead they chose to sign deals with Georgia Tech and Washington State. I kind of like that tweet. Like, it kind of sucks that we didn't get those games, but also like that tweet's out there nationally now because it's like.
And now that that's public record, that's going to come up during those debates.
Yeah,
because now I don't have to look at who's the resident SEC guy that I have to listen to throughout the season on their SEC ACC debates. Just give me a guy. Give me a name. Just former SEC player that just is going to hold on no matter what to the scheduling and just say SEC.
Oh gosh, just I'm trying to think
anybody.
Of, somebody's just really anybody on.
Is it Booger?
ESPN. No, I mean Booger's kind of bad, but I mean, God, even Herb Street and them were pretty bad this year.
Yeah, just to have a guy say, "Well, the ACC just tried to schedule Ole Miss and Tennessee."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and they didn't want to do it.
So you can hide behind.
At least you have to admit.
You're gonna hide behind the cloak of the ACC or the SEC. Yeah. And it's the media is going to help you do it and help you get away with it. This stops now. Tennessee did not want the Louisville game. I look forward to hearing that argument. And just Ole Miss did not want that Louisville game. It was obvious they tried to home and home. Jeff Brom tried to schedule the regional games with the SEC, and nobody wanted it. So now that the ACC is going to, deserves more spots in the college football playoffs than they had before, they have a right to because they tried to do everything they can to schedule an SEC pass.
Yeah,
I'm going to enjoy it.
I love it. That's what I say. I'm glad it's out there nationally. I mean, because like I said, locally, it was kind of a story here.
Jeff
because,
leaked that, right?
Yeah, I mean, he said it on Drew Deener's show. I mean,
no, when I say leak it, I mean he directly reached out.
Absolutely. I'm sure. It's like, why would you not want that known? Like, hey, y'all do know, like we tried to play, and to my knowledge, like they wanted that Tennessee game for this year. So I mean, like they're wanting. Louisville is actively wanting to play big games because again, it's the conversation we had the other day. I think Louisville has gotten to the point where they're like, look, let the path to the playoff go through the ACC and schedule tough out of conference games. I think that's what Josh Hurd wants. I think it's what Jeff Brom wants. Play tough out of conference games that are going to get a lot of eyes on you, and then let the path be through the ACC. That's the goal.
If we got Louisville, Tennessee, and Neyland,
oh my God,
I would go out and buy a PlayStation 5 and play college football the entire summer.
Sure.
I'd play it throughout the entire summer, Steve. Just hype about that one. I tell you what, go ahead and play us out, Tanner. Rolling along.
How about that? By the way,
I'm listening.
The music just started. It was just like you said, play us out. It was already
perfect timing.
Look at you, Tanner. Your strengths. You were looking for your strengths.
The strengths. Add timing to your strengths. Rolling along, 93.9 The Ville.
Lanning Paints is truly Louisville's hometown paint manufacturer. We create architectural coatings for homes and ship our industrial and commercial products across the United States and even across the world. I am Aaron Lanning, and I am lucky enough to work alongside my father, Nick, who is our chemist and brainchild for our local brand. He is working daily to formulate finishes and coatings that will beautify your interior walls, basement and garage floors, driveways, fences, siding, brick, and more. Visit LanningPaint.com to learn more about us or call us at 245-0630 to reach our Middletown location or 612-2138 for Dixie Highway, where we proudly offer a full array of Benjamin Moore products
Dead air, dead air. Dead air, dead air. Is it dead air? Is it dead air? I'm still connected, right? Is it dead air, guys?
Right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365.
Can y'all hear it now?
Get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose.
Charles, DJ. Okay. Can you hear the
totals and player props.
Can you not hear the radio at all now?
Bet $5 to get $150
Okay, good now. Okay,
in
okay.
bonus bets, win or lose, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
That's the NCAA shutting us down.
Located in Kentucky. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply. Available in app only.
You want to hear crazy? I just got 4 phones for free.
Like you found them?
And I'm only paying $25 per line per month.
Are they burner phones? Are you in something?
Ready to ship.
No, it's the 4 for $25.
Maybe you get to come back in 60.
Give me 90 if you could.
I got you.
Okay. You can put the sound back in here.
Phones on us with 4 lines for only $25 per line per month when you switch with eligible trade-ins. All on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Minimum of 4 lines for $25 per line per month with autopay discount using debit or bank account. $5 more per line without autopay. Up to $830 off each phone via 24 monthly bill credits plus taxes, fees, and $10 device connection charge. For well-qualified customers, contact us before canceling entire account to continue bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement through bill credits end if you pay.
Okay, we're good on sound. So y'all can hear the radio.
Car washes get you free on all wash books during Mike's Car Wash biggest sale of the year. Wash books make an awesome Father's Day gift. Buy 4 washes, get you free on all wash books at mikescarwash.com or any of Mike's 40 locations. Open daily 7 to 9.
Y'all got any
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here.
Y'all got any
You've probably
lunch
heard all
ideas?
about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market.
If I was at 4 pegs, I'd go over there if I was anywhere
with
near.
the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner.
Cool.
So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
One Kentuckiana pump sales for every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 36 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price. And it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utilities, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Hold on.
We're just gonna sit here and sign.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're fired. Wonder what Tanner will work next.
Get your opportunity. Nothing worse, Steve. Nothing worse than that guy who sits over there and complains that he didn't get a shot. And I'm so much better than the starter. Coach just don't like me. Coach this, coach that. It's the team and somebody else where his dad is a booster, so that's why he plays over me. And what do you tell him, Steve? You say, you be ready, son. You're gonna get your opportunity. And then we finish the read. This is your opportunity. Then you find out he doesn't even have his shorts on, his game shorts on, under his warm-ups.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened.
I just want the record to show. Someone please look at the soundboard that I have to look up, or tell me where it says "pump it up."
I just want the record to show.
I'm gonna show
that it was somebody else's fault.
Here, rummage. I'm gonna.
I confess he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, I messed up, but
it's getting sadder. But
I messed up,
right
but
tell me where it says "pump it up."
I messed up, but. So you had no problem yesterday finding it.
You did. You did knock it out yesterday pretty quick.
I did search it up though beforehand because I knew it was coming. That's what she said.
But you know what? We are learning that Nikki has been doing that intentional this entire time.
Oh yeah.
He has yes, he has been mislabeling or making sure it's only labels he knows. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure he's not replaceable, which is really cheating, and it brings down the workmanship of the program when you're like, because like, dude, you know what? I listened to so Steve, I was listening to Raw Room. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, yeah, absolutely.
I was listening to the podcast Raw Room this morning because I just had the YouTube going, and it just went to one of those little conversations where he was like, when you forget to play and you're out there and you try to ask the other linebacker, what's my assignment on this play?
Yeah.
And one of them was like, man, bullets is flying. I don't got time to be telling you. And then some people do it on purpose. Like, no, we're professional NFL players. I'm not telling you what your assignment is. No, I want you to mess up. And then I'm going to go over to the sideline and be like, people don't even know they plays.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm going to go at the coach. Like, hey, man, you put him out there.
Yeah, you put him out there and he ain't in his playbook.
Yeah.
Make sure you remember that when you think about renegotiations. Which teammate would you be, Steve? Which NFL teammate? Would you tell the other tight end his routes?
Yeah.
Look, ready, break. What am I supposed to do, Steve?
Gosh, NFL, man, I don't know, because there's money on the line there. I mean, we're in direct competition for cash.
You remember I told you Jalen said that he's like early on he was like, it's weird, Dad, because he's like, we're supposed to help each other out, but people get cut for mistakes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what's the scenario? Is like Steve is he a vet? Like
Steve is
done his time?
Listen, the second year tight end, Steve, you break the huddle. If the formation has both of y'all on one side, heavy tight end, and he says, what I forgot. What's my assignment?
I probably just say do a cartwheel, and then I go get on the get on the line.
Do a cartwheel.
Yeah.
This is the cartwheel play.
Yeah, it's a cartwheel play, man. What you paying attention in training camp?
Cartwheel play.
Yeah.
Yeah, summer.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh my God.
I wish I
I
was
dreamed that day.
I wish I was able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like not telling to play.
You when you're in the heat of battle, man, you're trying to win. And like you want to win. Of course, even though you tell him what to do, and then he just bang right over the middle, catches it, takes it to the house, and you're like, you didn't even know what he was supposed to do.
Now I'm gonna get cut.
Now I've got to go run back to the coach. Like, hey, yeah, he didn't know what to do, so I had to tell him. And then they're like, oh, okay, Rummage, sour grapes, and I'm like, no, seriously. And then it just turns into, no, he's a piece of crap, coach. Actually, yeah, and it's like, oh God,
I want half of the points. I want half of those.
Now we're just in a mess.
Okay, so Steve, are we going to listen? Until we get news of different, how much of us are going to prognosticate? For those who are just joining us, the news: Aly Khalifa right now is ineligible. The NCAA has said he no longer has NCAA eligibility. So how are we going to proceed as far as our hypotheticals? Are we going to proceed as if he's still playing? Are we going to talk about the recruiting and the possible additions as if there'll be an Aly Khalifa there, or kind of what's your vibe on that? By the way, 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. It's open.
Well, Tanner, do you have the sound from Pat Kelsey yesterday? I know they played it this morning, so it should be in the Dropbox somewhere. To me, and I'm saying that because that's going to kind of answer my question.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I move more into the immediate. And the immediate sounds like we're going to add a couple more pieces in the coming days.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like it's going to be 2.
It's the sound from Packer
yeah,
on the show.
Him,
okay.
and then like Jody Demling's kind of confirmed that, and that sounds like there's going to be a couple added here real soon. A couple overseas. You've killed me. You've ruined that for me, by the way. Ruined it.
Overseas is not a country, people.
Dude.
Overseas is not a country. It's a big world out there.
I know. But it's just like, gosh, man. Yeah, now every time I say it, because I always say overseas, I'm just like, overseas, just in that vicinity. What vicinity is that, Steve? Yeah,
over there somewhere.
yeah, over there. But in all seriousness, it does sound like we'll add 2 foreign players. So that's kind of, if you can't find it, Tanner, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll just play.
It was not on the Dropbox.
Okay, I didn't know.
Freestyle it.
Yeah, we'll freestyle.
Okay, do you want to
add 2 more players?
Do you want to paraphrase?
Hey, every other show could get it super easy, but why would we need it, right? Don't worry about it, Tanner. It's no big deal.
It's not on you. You're a fill-in. You're
see, now we're gonna turn him into that. Look, you're just a fill-in. You're not a starter.
I want the record
you're a bench
to show.
player.
I got a text at like 9:15 from Nick. Was like, "Hey, can you open the show?" And I was like,
Here we go.
I can't do that today.
It's a poor man who blames his late text, Steve.
Yeah.
Or tools.
We're gonna shame Tanner into being great.
I mean, that's how you.
Does he respond?
Pressure makes
Does he respond better to positive reinforcement?
We're gonna find out. He's either gonna cry.
I already do that every morning when I wake up.
he's gonna go to James.
Oh man!
Hey James,
across the pond. Somebody said across the pond.
Could you get guys to kind of lighten up on me a little bit?
Hey, the guys were kind of mean today. They were calling me like a bench player and stuff, and then, it kind of hurt my feelings.
Did you send it to me, Steve?
No. Anyways, we'll just
happy birthday to Pat Kelsey, though.
Yeah, it was happy birthday to Pat Kelsey.
I am looking for it though.
Yeah, it's okay.
We were already saying happy birthday before you arrived to the show.
Whatever, Tanner. Stop. Leave him alone. All right, that's enough. Now we're just being hurtful. Because now I'm going to be like, well, you got a stupid mustache. And then it's going to be like, okay, why did I do that? Like that didn't need to be said. Now it's personal. Now I'm, now Tanner has a right to punch me in the face. It's like, okay, like, what are we doing? No, he's a great mustache, by the way, for people that don't know.
One of my lady friends said she want to hook Tanner up.
Tanner's got a beautiful girlfriend.
Oh, never mind.
Tanner walks into Cracker Barrel one
You
morning.
said
with,
that. I remember you said that.
And I'm like,
so listen. So I guess I believe the part where you're like, yeah, he's just playing the friend role with all the hot chicks.
I was like, if I didn't know one of them was his girlfriend, I was like, the heck is this, dude? It's like Tanner and like 7 hot women. I was like, okay. Okay. I know. He was like coming in for a little bit.
He's a fly
brunch.
guy.
I know. Yeah.
Down for the boss. There's a platform stage.
It was great, man. Well, Pat Kelsey basically said, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but Pat Kelsey essentially said we would add 2 players. Or he said, we'll add a couple players and those names should be known soon. That's since been confirmed by like Jody Demling and some others that are in the know with that. And the other parts that I really liked that he talked about that I would actually like to have, even more so than that, was he talked about some of the guys coming back and just kind of what he had to say about Ryan Conwell and the way he's talking about, look, when he starts, because Packer says straight up, I'm picking y'all to win the league.
He did say that.
He started with that. Just look, I'm picking y'all to win the league. So, and Coach Kelsey kind of, and just the way he fires them off. And he's like, look, Ryan Conwell was first team All Big East last year. I mean, the kid's a stud. He's going boom. Adrian Woolley's one of the best freshmen in all the country.
Here's the good news. We're going to talk about
he's next. Isaac McNeely's one of the best shooters, one of the best 2 guards in the nation. We're adding him, Michael Brown, and what he does. Colby Rogers, what he does. He's talking about Case and Pryor. He's talking about Sananda Frew. He's, he just is boom, boom. He calls Aly Khalifa one of the best passing.
Is that early? Is it earlier in the interview, or or like?
Honestly, can't remember. I have to go
here. I tell you what, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Tanner, okay. It's time to earn your money, Tanner. This is your chance of redemption. Tanner,
like money.
I have sent you the video. You work your magic. Get us some clips. Get Steve his clips. Let's see if you're really good enough to replace Nick. Quick commercial break on 93.9 The Ville.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going. And keep moving with the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With an experienced team and a full line of advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on.
Try to tell Tanner what you're looking for.
Keeping on. Visit baptisthealth.com/ortho to find a Baptist Health provider.
2025 season tickets are on sale now for Louisville's professional soccer club, starting at just $12 per game. The men's
RJ Lewis
and women's squad racing
I mean,
will be back in action this March.
Some guys are going to pull out the draft, right?
For friends and family this holiday season. A perennial winner, Lou City is one of America's greatest soccer success stories, and top-tier racing Louisville competes in the world's best league, NWSL. Support pro soccer in Louisville by securing your season tickets today at LynnFamilyStadium.com.
Oh,
when you're hiring,
Robert, that's a good point.
Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. They have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
When it's time to get any work done on your roof, call who I called when I had to get my roof replaced. Carlin Roofing and Sheet Metal. They replaced my entire roof a few years ago, and they did an amazing job. Carlin Roofing's crew showed up early, stayed late, and in just a couple of days, the old roof was gone and the new one was on. Whether you need an entire roof replaced or just a few,
You've been around long enough to know what's going on.
9898 or online
You know what
at
happened.
carlinroof.com. That's CARLON roofs.com.
When you're injured, life doesn't stop. Medical bills pile up, work gets harder, and the insurance companies, they're not on your side. At Louisville Injury Law Firm, we are. We're local attorneys who live and work right here in Louisville. We know the people, the courts, and the fight it takes to get you the compensation you deserve. Whether it's a car accident, workplace injury, or slip and fall, you are our priority. No gimmicks, just real lawyers, real results. Call 502-242-9000 today for a free consultation. No fees unless we win. Visit LouisvilleInjuryFirm.com. Local, trusted, and fighting for you. This has been an advertisement.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop.
Y'all think Tanner gonna get it together?
Grinder pumps and many more to service
I'm
all
listening
residential.
carefully.
You said what?
I'm listening carefully for what he's looking for.
Okay, but he did tell you what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just on the YouTube. We're and Tanner, like, take a little extra time on a break.
I know. I expanded it. I just added stuff from the end of the show so we can go a little bit longer if we need to.
Okay. You can put the sound back in my ear.
Just mention ESPN Louisville to secure this deal or book online at ZeroResLouisville.com and ask about Zero
I
Res
think you will
commercial cleaning
eventually.
too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to
Doesn't
kidney
that look
and
a
heart
lot
disease.
cleaner on the visual?
I bet you didn't know there's now a
I keep
Gout
forgetting
Center
to
of
put that on.
Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
To everyone who believes big flavor makes life better, we've got something special waiting for you at Culver's.
That's right. We're bringing back a flavor-packed fan favorite that's sure to put a smile on your face. The Colby Jack Pub Burger is here with a crave-worthy combo of fresh beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo, all stacked on an everything bun. And we're not stopping there. We're also introducing something totally new. Concrete mixers and lemon ice coolers made with fruity Skittles Popped. This limited time Skittles Pop mix-in can be blended into our creamy, fresh frozen custard or slow frozen lemonade for a colorful crunch that makes every moment a little sweeter. So how soon can you get here? Because these bold bites won't be around forever. And trust us, you don't want to miss them.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Completely in perspective.
Hey, Card fans, Attorney Sam Aguirre here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurt in a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. With warmer weather ahead, don't wait for an emergency. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noises, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now, when you buy a complete Train system, receive 10-year parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on a high-efficiency system. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even
All right, we'll
easier
come back
to make
in
a
2
bet.
minutes.
Choose from the most popular markets, hits, run line, totals, runs.
It was a little tough to hear you.
Download the app, Start building
was that,
your
Roman?
bet
Or
and
Vader?
see why it's
I
never
couldn't hear you
ordinary
clear.
at Bet365.
We'll come back after this Jarbo spot.
Okay. Okay, cool. You can put the sound back in.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here.
Oh, and then I found the clip that Rummage is looking for. It's going to be Luke asks him a question. He answers really quick. And then another question. It's going to be probably like max 2 minutes.
Okay. Be ready. So you only got one clip or is it multiple?
It's one long one, but it's like perfectly.
Okay, but it goes through multiple players.
Yeah.
Okay,
It goes
okay.
through like the portal and like recruiting stuff.
Okay, but not the clip about former players. Returning players.
He talks about like the guys that are coming in. Yeah.
But not the ones coming back. I'm just asking because I thought that's what Steve was looking for.
Oh yeah, he talks about retaining and the portal. So like it was like 2 in 1.
Okay. Okay. Well, be ready to pause it. If
All right,
yeah,
good.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer. Just
Agent
for you
said
guys.
so. Basically, wasted
Mention you heard
scholarship
it
last
right
year.
Here on 93.9 The
Goodness
Ville,
gracious.
and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this.
That's not
Top-notch
what I expected
service
to wake up
might
to.
seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of Remax Empire and co-founder of
We
Modern
went from
Mortgage
having
A
a
to Z.
traffic jam on
NMLS number
bids.
225-6125. Each
darn
office
it,
is
James.
independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
.39 is the station. Although the weather is absolutely beautiful at the moment, this is a time to remind people that your home is your fortress and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course, they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today. Okay, the moment of truth, Steve. Do you have confidence in Tanner's producing on the fly?
I do. And he says he has a clip that we want, and I believe him. He says it's about 2 minutes. So I'm like, all right, let's see what you got.
Let's do it.
How much easier has it been this year as you go hit the portal, you have conversations, than it was kind of coming into that foundation year?
Yeah, it's funny. I had a conversation with some of my assistants the other day. And again, I give Josh a ton of credit. I came from the mid-major level and hadn't recruited at a Power 5 level in maybe 10 years since I was at Wake Forest. And, sometimes it was a little bit harder to get people on the phone or to return your call. Not all the time, but, after the season we had and people saw the success we had, transfers that we brought in, you saw the magical season that Chucky Hepburn had and Terrence Edwards had. Like go all the way down the line, Rain Smith, Javon Hadley. People take our call pretty quick because I think they know we have something really special going here.
And how much of a luxury is it? I guess they all answered because it felt like this roster, maybe not totally complete, but you guys had done so much work. It seemed like almost right as season ended.
Yeah, if you look at those first 3 transfer portal guys that we signed, I think the first one was Adrian Woolley, who's, was one of the best freshmen in the entire country, is 50, 40, 80 splits as a freshman. Just going to be a phenomenal player. And then,
Pause it.
Ryan Conwell and Isaac McNeil.
50, 40, 80 splits. 50, 40, 80 splits. Did you hear that, Steve?
That'll work, right?
That's efficient.
That's really efficient.
One of the top freshmen in the country. 50%, 40%, 80%.
Yep.
Even just listening to him describe him as a player, like you just described a player in an analytical method. Top freshman, 50%, 40 from 3, 80 from the line.
Yep.
That's extremely what's the word? Efficient. Just
I mean,
extremely efficient.
40% is that kind of the line of demarcation for like next, like, okay, he's a good shooter, he's a really good shooter. Do you I kind of use that as, you know what I'm saying?
40's
like 40
high,
and above.
40's
no,
high.
40's really, no, that's what
40's
I'm
high.
saying though. But my point in saying that is because I think if you're 40 or above, you're like, he's a knockdown shooter.
When you're 40% from 3, those are the games that it's like he goes 6 for 8 from the 3 line on like certain games. Like he'll get red hot.
Yeah.
And then occasionally be like,
one
for
like
3, 2 for 6.
Right. And that's why I say when you're talking 40% 3-point shooters, Louisville brought in 3 in the transfer portal. 40 plus.
And these are guards. These are not big pick and pops.
No. Yeah, these are guards.
3
over 40.
It's hard to shoot 40%.
Super hard.
It's
That's
hard.
what I'm saying.
Guard, man.
That's why I say when I see that 40 line, that's kind of the okay.
All it takes is a 2 for 9, and you're done.
Yeah,
you're done on a 2 for 9.
Yeah, then you're just a weak 39%.
No,
we better do that.
That's gonna drop you.
I'm kidding.
Look, that 1 for 9. Now you 33.4.
Yeah, he sucks. Can't shoot at all. Well, he can shoot a little bit.
Oh, okay. Back it up a little bit, because I know you kind of went to the next one. Just back it up just a tad bit, if you could, Tanner. So keep going.
Best freshman in the entire country is 50, 40, 80 splits as a freshman. Just going to be a phenomenal player. And then Ryan Conwell and Isaac McNeely were like boom, boom right after each other.
Yep.
And gosh, I mean, those two guys Isaac's one of the best shooting guards in the entire country. And Ryan Conwell's first team All Big East and just an absolute weapon.
Pause it.
You know,
best shooters in the country, and he doesn't have the reputation of Rick Pitinoing it yet.
Yeah.
Everything he said has been true thus far. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't. He doesn't strike me as one that overplays. You know, it's
right because he's really tight with the numbers.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said, when you describe somebody as 50, 50, 40, 80 splits, you think about them in this is what I'm going to get consistently from the numbers from this guy. So when you say Isaac McNeely is one of the best shooters in the country, and the easiest way to describe somebody, if you say Steve,
yes,
do you know how good a player is on your team if he's first team All ACC? First thing, and the Big East is supposed to be better than the ACC.
Well, Louisville had one.
Louisville had a first team All ACC player.
Right.
And he's literally like, his name is in the, like I said, unfortunately he didn't have enough time to be appreciated by the fans multiple years. But do you know how good you are to be first team All Conference for the entire season?
Yeah.
You go from being good to, we can't stop him. We just have to let him get his.
Yeah.
From in the scouting report.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you turn into, because you say, hey, we're going to put
the Big East good. I mean, their second ranked team was the 9 seed.
impossible, Steve.
Right. Possible.
Every time you listen, every time you feel like okay, if you want to bring my spirit down about the possibility of Aly Khalifa, right? If you just get in the mood, if you call me at your normal times, either my pre-nap time that you call me, or when you call me in the early evening when I'm making my Kroger run, and if you just want to just bust just kind of just if you want to just jab me a little bit, just remind me that in the last 2 times that we've been in the NCAA tournament, we've gotten the very first game of the very first tournament day twice in a row, Steve. And then just remind me that what was our record this year? Our regular season record?
Oh my God, 27
and 8.
We were no, regular season record. So it was 7, right? The Creighton loss was our 8th loss, right?
I mean, yeah, if you're counting tournament.
Was Creighton
ACC tournament?
The ACC. So are you telling me that most of the season we had lost 6 games the entire season, and we're in an 8 seed? If you won 27 games in the MEAC, that's better than the 8 seed, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's insane that you won 27 games and you had to play the runner-up of the Big East in round 1, game 1.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
If I say that again, it erases everything I'm saying about look. Yes, this is your mother's NCAA. This is your father's NCAA, and the same thing that happened before is gonna happen again. So get ready, get used to it. Jesus. Anyway, Big East first team is very, very difficult. Big East first team guys go to the NBA. Okay, people. First team guys in Power 5 conferences, they go to the NBA.
Yeah.
You don't get them to go to college another year most of the time. It's a big get. Keep going.
Ryan Conwell's first team All Big East, and just an absolute weapon. And in our front court, we had signed Michael Brown. So I think the makeup of our front court is as good as any in the country. You add a veteran guy like Kobe Rogers, who we brought from Charleston, that sat out last year. Aly Khalifa is one of the best passing bigs in the world. Kason Pryor coming off that knee injury. Javon Hadley, who is just a winner's winner. Just the ultimate Pat Kelsey type guy. Kanai Roots, who we think has a huge upside. And continuing to add a couple pieces that you may hear about here relatively soon.
We're excited to hear
we're
it.
pumped up.
That's why I'm picking you guys to win it, man. I'm just telling you. I'm not trying to put any pressure. What I say, who cares what I say? I'm just.
Yeah, Josh is up in his room going now, like, Kels, relax a little bit. So.
I mean, that says it all. When Packer says you run that list down, and then coach says, "Yeah, I've got all this, and I'm gonna add a couple more pieces here soon." I like how Packer just
and they've seen practices before.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've seen practices. The commentators have seen practice. The national writers, they've seen practices before.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep a secret like that, throughout a whole season. Like I said, you get your, what's your guy? Everybody in Louisville hates now. Virginia.
Corey Alexander.
Just for giggles, just all these. You've done a world tour, a college world tour, and showed what you can. And he's not really a hide your hand kind of guy either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he doesn't. Like, I mean, it's not something that
Listen, is he gonna haze Michael Brown? Just like, yeah, I'm not gonna really talk about him.
just hey, we're gonna keep him here.
Look, dude, listening to this interview, Michael Brown is the best player to ever. He's going to be the best 1-year player to ever put on a Louisville uniform. That's the only excuse for him not even. Yeah, and we added Michael Brown out. You're like, what'd you say, Coach? Oh, nothing.
Yeah,
you said
yeah,
what?
I mean, he really like just went right over top of that, didn't he? It was like, yeah, we got all these guys, and Michael Brown, he's a nice little piece.
There's got to be some, or he just gets the freshman treatment. Does he seem like a freshman treatment kind of guy?
I mean, well, maybe because he didn't even mention Sananda Frew.
That's pretty funny.
Like he didn't even mention his.
That means Sananda and Michael.
Yeah, not even once.
Are going to dominate.
Yeah,
we're gonna be like Javon who? Kanai who?
Yeah,
Kaysen who?
Who are these guys?
McNill who? Okay, anything?
Be doing all that.
Anything else? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Tanner. I didn't mean to step on that. What were we gonna say?
I was just saying, like, I won't be saying all that. That's our team. It's gonna be a team sport. Team wins.
Yeah. No. Seriously though, I mean, when you listen to it, like I said, I love that Packer comes right back with, "Hey man, that's why you look. I'm not trying to put pressure on you," but he's like, "But it is." Like that's. And Coach Kelsey says also in that. I think he said it at the beginning of the interview, but he says something along the lines of, he said, "Yeah, he said I don't get too many attaboys anymore around town." He said it's a little more like, "Hey, coach, we're going to the Final Four."
Shut up, Steve. He did not say that.
Yes, he did. He said, I think he says it towards the beginning, but yeah,
that's pretty funny. You know what,
Yeah,
Steve? That's right up your alley.
Oh yeah,
that's right up your alley.
Chase has kind of taken it from me and ran with it, but I love how Chase says every time we get a new player, I'll come in and Chase is like, "It's not fun anymore. It's not fun. This is not fun. Sports is not meant to be fun when it's my team.
They're the worst. Those are the worst years.
I should have expectations. I should be nervous. I should be like dreading the pit in my stomach." And of course, I mean all this in a sports way. Of course, it's fun, but it's like, we're not, man, Tennessee rocked us, but God, man, the crowd was amazing. Wasn't the whiteout awesome? Like that was us last year. Like, yeah, but man, it felt like we were back, didn't it? There for a second. It's like, yeah, no, that's fun. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm like,
it's like John Gruden. I'm not into dreams. I'm into effing nightmares.
Yes. Like, hey, November 11th, I expect to leave the Center with a dub over Kentucky.
I expect it. With or without Aly Khalifa?
With or without Aly Khalifa. I got the best backcourt in America. Bring it.
Figure it out.
I expect to beat
Xerxes.
Again,
Xerxes should be able to screen and get my guys open.
Yes. If Vagilis can't dominate that game, then sorry. We'll shorten your nickname. We'll be Vagilis.
Big V.
Big V.
And listen, and if he doesn't play well, it'll be something else.
That can get worse. Chris Mack. It's Chris Mack said.
Yeah, you won't like you won't like the nicknames that come. And that's early. That's some early pressure too.
But no, in all seriousness, like I expect to beat Indiana. I expect to beat Memphis. I expect to beat Cincinnati. I expect to go to Knoxville.
I forgot the Memphis
Tennessee.
was put on was immediate.
Yeah, like it's this year. I mean, it's I expect to go into Knoxville and beat Tennessee. Again, do I think you're going to win every game? No, but I expect
is your boy
not a good enough team?
Is your boy going to dominate us with Tennessee?
Which one?
Which one?
I forgot he went to Tennessee.
Which one? Who was Nate Amend?
Yeah. I didn't even care about
I forgot that name already.
Yeah. Like, okay. Yeah, no, like I'm planning a trip around that game. Like, I'm going down there. You know, like, and why am I going down there, Marcus? Because I expect to win it. You know, like that's again, you can expect to win every game and not win every game, you know, but that's how good our team is. Like, yeah, I expect to win every game we play. Like, there's not a game I'm going into right now going, I'm going to go down here to Tennessee. I mean,
right now,
ain't got no shot.
Right now, who are you depending on in the Kentucky game? One player.
One player that I'm depending on in
the most.
Game. And it's so tough.
Conwell.
Yeah.
I was going to say Conwell as well.
Yeah. No, you wasn't.
All right. I wasn't. You're right.
Such a.
I was going to say Conwell too.
You just wait to hear the first word.
Yeah, I know.
1, 2, 3. Conwell.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Kobe Rogers. I'll have a cool pick.
All
right. Yeah,
Listen,
sure.
I was about to go. You could have said Kobe Rogers, and he would have said Kobe Rogers, and then he was like Kobe Rogers. I was like, gosh dang. No, man.
What say you?
Kaysen? My unicorn.
I hope Strebel's listening and just having a fit right now.
Right.
But he's got to be teaching students.
I know.
That is one of the players that gets him on his high horse. It's the funniest thing ever.
What about this one? What about this one? McNeely.
Sure.
Big shoot him out, shoot your lights out game.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Or Michael. Welcome to the lights, son. They're calling you a top 5 pick. Let's find out if you are.
Michael, let's get you in the league quick.
Yeah.
You go tear them up early.
Yeah.
Your names are on the books.
Yeah. Hey man, you have a big Michael.
You tear Kentucky up early, your name is on the books.
Yep.
You're right about 100%. That, Steve. And that's gonna be the weekend where they didn't you say it'll be a game day type atmosphere?
Absolutely. Because I mean, they're going to, I would imagine College Game Day will be there, you know, and they'll do the midweek game day, you know, just
super energy thing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You want to give a shout out?
Yeah, quick shout out to my friends over at Tri-State Men's Health. Get over there and check them out. Listen, if you're one of the 50% of men over the age of 50 dealing with erectile dysfunction, this might be the help for you, man. This might be the place for you that fixes it all. They have over a 90% success rate. So you may have tried some other things. You may have tried pills or